Hello everyone, welcome back to Senior Olympic Gaming. Today I wanted to make a quick video to tell you all about this game, Justice League Cosmic Chaos. It came out sometime this year on all three consoles. Now, I'll tell you from the get-go, I did enjoy this game. Definitely recommend if you're a fan of DC Comics, if you are looking for some sort of Diablo-like game that is kid-friendly, or if you're a fan of cozy games in general, definitely check this out. So what I figured I'd do was I'd tell you 5 things about the game that may or may not sway your decision, whether or not to purchase it. So, number one, the game has more customization than you would expect. It's not the deepest customization ever. It's still a very kid-friendly game, but it is a notch or two above being just a simple button masher of a game. So with the characters that you have available, you can slot artifacts that slightly modify their gameplay. For example, one might heal you with every hit you make on your enemy. Another one makes you jump higher. Another one makes you move faster. You can also slot artifacts that change your elemental effect, which is very helpful with enemies later on in the game. The second thing I wanted to tell you is that you do kind of have to use all 3 characters to maximize your gameplay. It's not like Ultimate Alliance where you can just choose a specific character to beef up and then call it a day. Because of those artifacts that I was talking to you about a minute ago, the best way to go about it is to change up as often as you can, so you're always using all 3 characters all of the time. Each character only has a couple of abilities, but because you are swapping between the 3 of them constantly, that kind of just makes it like you have 6 abilities instead of just 2 per person or 3 per person. I think it's 3 actually, now that I mention it. Swapping out between all 3 of them kind of multiplies that and makes the gameplay more varied, which I realized a little far into the game already. And then the third thing that I wanted to tell you guys about it kind of plays into that last point, which is that the characters will level as a group. Certain abilities will unlock for certain characters at a certain level. For example, Superman's heat vision might unlock at level 2, and then he's the only person who will have a new ability unlocked. And then at level 3, Wonder Woman will get a new ability. And level 4, Batman will get a new ability. So it kind of feeds into this gameplay that you need to use all 3 of them. You're playing them as a group and not just as one. You can't main character one of them necessarily. The fourth point I wanted to talk about with the game is how incredibly deep the lore is that they mention in the game. So you can definitely tell that the makers loved the comics that this game was based on, just from all of the tiny little nods and Easter eggs that they throw into the game. Just mentions like, for example, Starro being the reason that the Justice League formed, and he's the main baddie here. They mention that ever so slightly, they don't make a big deal out of it, but a subtle nod. It's great for DC fans. There's things like Matches Malone is mentioned in the game, who, if you don't know, is this alter ego of Batman when he needs to go undercover. And then, they'll make mention of why there's way more Green Lanterns on Earth than there is in any other sector. So things like that. You know that the makers are fans, or at the very least did their research. And I think the fifth thing I wanted to mention about the game, and it is kind of a con of the game, there is no real co-op with the game. There is 2-player co-op, but it's mostly a separate mode where it just plops you down into the map with everything unlocked, all of the costumes unlocked, all of the abilities unlocked, kind of max level you up, and you just run around the overworld fighting bad guys. There's no progression, there is no story behind the co-op. It's basically just free play, which would be nice if there was any incentive to it, but there's absolutely none. If anything, I feel like it's just tacked on there for young kids who have a hard time with the story but still want to play the game. So they're just like, here you go, everything's unlocked, you're powered up, have at it. And yeah, so those are the 5 things about Justice League Cosmic Chaos that I wanted to share with you guys. Still a very fun game. I still would highly recommend it if you guys are fans of the DC universe. And if you're looking for a kid-friendly game that you can still play with your kids, or if you wanted to play it yourself, definitely check this one out. This has been Senor Limpio. Thank you. I made this video at 4:30 in the morning, so I'm drinking my Batman coffee. And I might not be making a lot of sense, but it is what it is. Okay, thank you for joining me. Peace. Bye bye.